The supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is currently holed up in a complex network of underground bunkers, strategically scattered beneath the country's major cities. As soon as it became clear that the Mossad, the Israeli intelligence service, had made his capture or neutralization a top priority, Khamenei ordered the complete severance of all electronic communications among his inner circle. Satellite phones were disabled, radio systems dismantled, and even internet access banned from official palaces. All orders and reports are now delivered exclusively via coded letters or trusted couriers who travel on foot or use indirect routes, thus thwarting any attempt to trace their movements. Over the past few months, the Mossad has repeatedly demonstrated its ability to operate in the shadows with surgical precision. In September 2024, its teams executed a simultaneous operation in Lebanon and Syria, detonating tampered pagers and walkie-talkies in coordinated blasts that eliminated Hezbollah cells before they could react. Imagine dozens of undercover agents blending into densely populated neighborhoods, exchanging silent signals and triggering minimal charges that, with pinpoint accuracy, neutralized enemy command centers without causing collateral damage, an action that shook Middle Eastern capitals as much by its stealth as by its explosions. Inside Tehran, the regime is gripped by constant tension. After every Mossad success report, the halls of power echo with whispered rumors of betrayal, recollections of past defections, and the instability inherent in any system under siege. In response, Khamenei has instituted an immediate succession protocol. 3 high-ranking clerics have been vested with full authority to mobilize the Revolutionary Guards, the Basij brigades, and IRGC elite units, ensuring that even in the event of his death or capture, the regime's operational cohesion remains intact. The current cycle of hostilities was triggered by a historic aerial strike launched by Israel on June 13th. In just hours, a fleet of UAVs and stealth bombers destroyed Iran's main uranium enrichment facilities in Tehran, along with key military command centers and ballistic missile depots. Official estimates suggest that the damage inflicted in 72 hours exceeded what Iran suffered during the entire Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. In retaliation, Tehran fired cruise missiles at Israeli bases in the Negev desert and deployed surface-to-air missiles against reconnaissance aircraft, marking one of the most intense bombardment campaigns since the Second Lebanon War. This escalation prompted the United States, previously cautious, to deploy B-2 stealth bombers to the Persian Gulf and station destroyers armed with Tomahawk missiles in the Strait of Hormuz. China and Russia, while publicly condemning Israel's action, avoided direct military involvement, instead favoring discreet diplomatic negotiations and strengthening commercial ties with Tehran. The European Union, for its part, brokered a peace initiative mediated by Turkey and Qatar, proposing a ceasefire contingent on independent inspections of Iran's nuclear sites, a proposal still awaiting Tehran's formal response. Today, Khamenei's bunkers are far more than mere shelters. They serve as crisis management and strategy centers, outfitted with silent generators, underground tunnel networks, and exits concealed in loyal clerics' residences. These sites connect via shielded fiber optic lines and coded light signals. According to insiders, state meetings take place in windowless, reinforced rooms, and every visitor must clear biometric scanners and motion detectors before entry. Access is limited to about 50 figures, Revolutionary Guard generals, key ministers, and senior clerics, all cut off from any digital technology. Even the delivery of food and medicine relies on heavily escorted military convoys that vary their routes to avoid ambushes or interceptions. On the flip side, the Mossad has embedded civilian cells disguised as humanitarian workers or accredited diplomats. These agents recruit informants among university professors and students, who, lured by secret payments, report troop movements and suspicious construction. High-resolution satellite imagery, combined with ground-based audio intercepts via micro-drones, enables analysts in Tel Aviv to piece together near-real-time intel on Khamenei's whereabouts. Meanwhile, ordinary Iranians endure energy rationing, runaway inflation, and the constant fear of reprisals. In Tehran's bazaars, clandestine vendors peddle VPNs and shortwave radios to bypass censorship. Street artists covertly spray anti-regime graffiti, and when spontaneous protests flare up, Basij brigades quash them swiftly. Propaganda battles rage in parallel. Tehran has ramped up its anti-Western rhetoric, showcasing missile tests and military exercises in northern mountain ranges. Israel's official spokesperson stresses the legitimacy of its defensive actions against what Jerusalem calls an existential threat. posed by a purported Iranian military nuclear program. Behind the scenes, diplomatic maneuvering intensifies. The UK and France have proposed humanitarian aid in exchange for the release of political prisoners and a halt to summary executions. Turkey offers itself as a mediator between the West and Tehran, and the UAE keeps channels open to protect its energy interests while respecting international sanctions. Khamenei's fate remains uncertain. Every second he draws breath is another second his position might be pinpointed, and therein lies the real war, the one in which information and silence alike can determine the future of the Middle East.